Good at his clutch there as he approaches the tape for Heat 3 is veteran Connie Samuelson. Surprise and sensational winner in the Madonna quarter-final. He's 40 and he's in the red helmet in grid 1. Another Russian, Mikhail Duplov, in the blue helmet, also qualified for Madonna. He's in grid 2. Czechoslovakia's Bronislav Frank in the white helmet in grid 3. And on the outside, the daddy of them all, Bruce Cribb at 41, the only Maori who represents England. And he's struggled a long time to get to this exalted position. He's very experienced speedway rider, a very determined ice racer, and he's going for turn 1, winding along on the outside, taking a big handful there, very spectacular and determined, as I said. He's challenging the veteran Connie Samuelson, the battle of the veterans up front there, and he looks like Cribby's going to come out a bit ahead. Yes, he is. He enters lap 2, and it's Samuelson on his tail, being challenged now by the Russian Mikhail Duplov, who goes ahead into second place as they enter turn 3 there, but it's still Cribb out ahead. The Great Britain team have practiced for years and they've had a lot of patience. And Cribb didn't lose his head there, even though he was under a lot of pressure there from Duplov. He kept his head, kept the power wound on, and he's got the line. He's dictating the race. Duplov putting him under pressure, but Cribb is holding on, the experienced campaigner there, keeping the Russian at bay. And that may have cost him, unless he can get some power out of this turn now. He's going to forfeit a point. Yes, and he does. Pity that because he was on form for a great win, but he just got caught out on the line there by the wily Russian Mikhail Duplov to take the win. Heat now, and the news is that John Walmsley has possibly broken an ankle in that crash in Heat 1. He's got a severe ankle injury anyway, and he's gone to hospital to have it x-rayed, and that probably means he's out of the meeting. And in his place, in red, is the second reserve, and it's Laurie Bevers of the Netherlands. He's in grid 1, Johan Last, he's on no points, he's in grid 2 in blue. Bruce Cribb, fighting second place in his first ride, he's in white. Yellow black, Connie Lindgren of Sweden, and he makes a terrific gate. Up came the front wheel, and it may be balked him. He should have gone into the lead there in that first turn, but he came out second, and now he's challenging Johan Last of Germany for the lead. And Cribb is coming up on the inside. What an opportunity there to take the advantage away from the German, away from Last. And now Cribb is in the lead again as he was in his first ride, and he sort of lost it as he came to the run-in for the final bend. And he looks as though he's surrendering an initiative again because he's leaving great space on the inside there, and Lindgren is exploiting it. He's just a little bit cautious about going for the inside, but now he's gone and he's taken Cribb. For the second time, Cribb has made exactly the same mistake. Now Cribb, a little bit mad about this, coming back at him, putting power on the outside. Lindgren holding on to his lead. There's not much excitement going on at the back. It's all up front. Lindgren is going to win this from a battling Bruce Cribb, who almost made it back. Only a wheel in it as they crossed the line there, but it was Lindgren. And Cribb comes alongside, waves to his opponent. A splendid race. More good racing here. Another great battle there for Heat 8, and it's another win there for Tommy Lindgren, Sweden, and Bruce Cribb, another fighting second. Good prospect. Riders approach the tape for Heat 10. We learned that referee Ringstrom decided to award that race to Valery Petsov. Tommy Lundgren second. He excluded Michael Neumeyer of Germany to the great displeasure of the German fans, and he awarded third place to Mikhail Duplov of Russia. Now Heat 10. Something's got to give here too, because Rice Mustafin and Yuri Ivanov, the champion, both unbeaten as they approach the tapes here. Both on 6 points. Bruce Cribb in the red helmet on the inside, he's on 4 points. Can he keep up this excellent progress? And Yinis Svoboda of Czechoslovakia, he's on 3 points, so they're all in with a good chance here of going forward. It's a question of sorting out the winners. And it's Svoboda who leads into the first turn there, but he's being challenged on the outside by Ivanov. And Cribb coming up heavily on the inside there to worry both of them. He's right alongside Ivanov, coming through to take the lead. Now then, a testing time for Cribb here because he's had the lead in both his other races and he's lost it. And he looks as though he's bobbling a bit. He's got Ivanov on his tail. Svoboda. No, he's lost his helmet. It's the Russian. We'll sort him out in a minute. It's Ivanov who's taken the lead now from Cribb. Mustafin is in third place, and Svoboda is tailed off at the back in fourth. Mustafin holds the lead there, Cribb. Getting back at him round the outside, he's putting a lot of power there as he goes down the back straight for the last time. Making a very determined challenge. The boot's on the other foot this time. Can he chop underneath to get him on the running? No, he can't. Mustafin. And then Ivanov was up on Cribb's inside. I'm going to have to wait for the referee's decision there. But again, the Russians made a big dice of it, and Cribb was in there battling as usual. Heat 13. In the red helmet, Gegruk of the Netherlands, Bruce Cribb. Under pressure from Great Britain, Jan Staechmann of Sweden, he's in white, and Michael Neumeyer of Germany in the yellow and black helmet. Cribb made a very poor gate this time. He's been well to the front of the start of the races. But there's Neumeyer going around the outside there. Making a great battle of it up front. Two distinct battles going on here. And then it's Jan Staechmann holding him off, holding on to that lead. And it's Neumeyer making a battle of it in second place. Cribb in third, making a determined effort to pull points back. Going on the outside, a great deal of power, and he's getting on terms there with Neumeyer being a danger to him now. He's got a lap to do it, and he could pull it. He's gone by. I see Neumeyer getting into terrible trouble there. Letting Cribb in. Cribb is going to be very pleased with that. I know he was very worried at the interval, wondering how he was going to do, but that's a bit of luck on his side. You've got to have luck in this game, and that's Bruce Cribb. He needed that. Another second place, the fourth on the trot. Staechmann wins it. Cribb must be jubilant. Second, Neumeyer third. And in the red helmet, bringing up the rear, Gegruk of the Netherlands. And Bruce Cribb is going to go back to the pits there. Very, very pleased with himself indeed. The destination of the top man of the meeting beyond doubt now with Ivanov's win. It's Heat 19. Vladislav Mobus in red, Bruce Cribb on 8 points. In blue, Lee Pavitt in white. And Valery Putsov died on the line, and he's not happy at all. But that eliminates instead of the Russian, and Cribb has forged his way to the front. He's being followed by Lee Pavitt. No problem, they're not stuck in the race. It's Great Britain 1 and 2 for a change. A spluttering Putsov is pottering around the track as best he can. It's Bruce Cribb in blue, he's way out in front, followed by Lee Pavitt in white. And it's Vladislav Mobus in third place in the red helmet. He's challenging young Lee Pavitt. Lee will want to hold on to there. I'm not sure he's aware he's got a challenger on his back wheel. He seems to be taking it extraordinarily easy. And Bruce Cribb coming up to the line to start his last lap now. Very steady, taking it nice and easy. He can use this win. And he's well on the way to qualifying. What he wanted is a very worried man at the interval, but now he seems to have, unless something terrible happens that he's not going to, he's coming up to cross the line for a win. A great win for Great Britain. Bruce Cribb wins it. 3 points for him. Lee Pavitt of fighting second place. He put the result way beyond doubt there. Vladislav Mobus, he takes the third place, and I'm sure Valery Putsov will not be at all pleased with that. His bike let him down right on the start. He comes in last place, but no points at all. T20 final heat. Bruce, you're in a very healthy position after 3 rides, 6 points. But we understand the Russians may have made a protest about one of your rides. Can you tell us about that?
No, I've not been informed on that at all. But we were doing the complaining, and they more or less helped us out because they believed I had the second place anyhow. And so, you know, that helped us.
Well, in fact, you could have been, by the look of it from the stands anyway, unbeaten instead of the Russian on 9 points. You've been making some tremendous gates, but maybe losing a point later on in the race. What's been happening out there?
Well, it's just experience, you know. I've had a lot of experience, but not in this class. But I've come to qualify, and that's what I aim to do.
And what about the conditions out there? How are they as far as you're concerned? Is it a good track tonight, or is it helping you?
It's as good as any track I've ridden this year.
I know you're under a great deal of pressure, but we did see the nasty crash in Heat 1. involving John Walmsley, and we understand he's gone to hospital. Any idea how he is?
He hasn't broken his ankle, but he can't stand on it. And he's bandaged up at the moment in the dressing room.
And young Lee Pavitt doesn't appear to be too happy at the moment, so you look like England's main hope at the moment. Are you fairly confident for later?
Well, yeah, well, going back to Lee, I would say this is valuable experience for this lad. He hasn't been in this class before, but he can only learn from this. And myself, as I say before, I've just come to qualify.
Well, we wish the best of luck. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Okay. Connie Samuelson, too, and the rider in red is the second reserve, number 18, Lowry Bevers, who is taking the place of the injured John Walmsley. The news is that John crashed in Heat 1 yesterday and severely damaged ligaments in one of his ankles. Not broken, fortunately, but he's out of the meeting, and it's Bevers in red. Bruce Cribb of Great Britain in blue. He's on 11 points in a very advantageous position. Next to him, Tommy Lundgren of Sweden in white. He's also in 11. They're going to want to be wary of one another. On the outside, Yuri Svoboda and Czechoslovakia in yellow. And that gate number 4 is proving a winner this afternoon. Svoboda had a good gate, but now it's Lundgren in the lead with Svoboda on the outside and Cribb challenging. He moves into second place, and that is going to be good enough for Cribb, although it looks like Lundgren's leaving as well, but as soon as Cribb forges ahead. Will he want to take chances? Because I know it's his greatest desire to reach this world final. He's so near. And he's taken Lundgren now very cleverly. Cribb soars ahead there, and he opens up a big gap now in front of Lundgren. Svoboda is taking not very many chances, but then again he's not on very many points. Cribb leads it into the last lap, very steadily done. It's still raining out there and it can't be very pleasant. So riders like Cribb, who are on the brink of qualifying, especially for him his first world final, going to take it fairly easy. But he wins this one nicely. Lundgren is second from Sweden. Roberto is Czechoslovakia third. And a long way back, Lowry Bevers of Holland. The rain is fairly teeming down now, and it remains to be seen what kind of conditions that throws up. Heat 23 for Heat 27. In the red helmet, Michael Neumeyer of Germany on 9 points. He comes up to take on the inside, and next to him is Reis Mustafin of the Soviet Union, 27-year-old. He's on 16 points. Bruce Cribb, an important one for him here in the white helmet, on 14. And on the outside, Johan Last of Holland, 22-year-old, on 3 points. Cribb's foot grasping there for the gear shift as he went into the turn. He's come out in second place to Mustafin. Can't be bad. He wants to hold it there on that turn. He negotiates it very, very well. And something happened. His cutout's come out. This must be tragedy for Cribb. The cutout has come out and stopped him. Has he got him back going? He's got the bike going again, but it must be too late. He's never going to be able to pick off Johan Last in the yellow helmet. It's left Mustafin with an easy run in the blue helmet, and Michael Neumeyer too. And let's hope it won't unsettle Cribb. He's trying valiantly to catch up on Johan Last. He's got one more lap to do it. Don't know whether he can. The Russian Mustafin is leading. Bruce Cribb is going valiantly to try and pull back this point. He's going for it on the last turn. Can he do it? It's going to be a sensation if he can pull off this. It looks as though he may. Will he get on the run in? He's done it. What tremendous riding. A superb effort by Cribb. What magnificent determination to come back after that tragedy there. I mean, cut out coming out when he's in second place. It leaves the Russian Mustafin to win. Neumeyer second, and Cribb a sensational third, has had his crowd on their feet. Heat 28 it is, Connie Samuel. Heat 32 to complete their third rides. And on the inside, Bruce Cribb, after a sensational ride last time out, he's on 15. Next to him, Connie Samuelson in blue. And Bronislav Frank in the white helmet on grid 3, and the world champion, Yuri Ivanov, scorches into the lead there off gate 4 in the yellow helmet. All take it nice and easy, but Ivanov is coming up. Cribb is coming near effrontery to challenge the world champion. He's made up tremendous yards and yards of ground, and he's after Ivanov. You would think, wouldn't you, that Cribby was going to take it slightly easy here, but no, he's after the world champion here, taking it. He's been a sensation at the afternoon meeting because he recovered incredibly from an almost disastrous cutout failure in his last ride, and now he's got the world champion in his pocket by the look of it. Switching to the outside of challenge, just could be able to counter it. What a splendid pass that was by Ivanov. Championship form indeed. He's after his third title. I don't know whether he was teasing Cribby, but Cribby is certainly after him. A great fight, and he punches into the fuel tank in frustration. So near yet so far, but he's so pleased with himself. Look at him, fist in the air. He's very pleased with his performance. A great confidence boost to that for Cribb, but he was left for a win for the world champion. Cribb a fighting second, and he must now be in with the greatest chance he's ever had of reaching that world final. Things on this day 2 at Assen. Here's a rundown on the leading scorers. Yuri Ivanov leads it on 23 points, still unbeaten today. Behind him is fellow Russian Rais Mustafin. He's on 21. And another Russian, Michael Duplov, he's on 19 in third place. Jan Staechmann follows them in fourth on 18. He's from Sweden. And Bruce Cribb maintaining his challenge there from Great Britain on 17 points. He's in fifth place. And we know there are 5 qualifying places. Right poised to snatch them away from Cribb, if he's not very careful, is number 6, Tommy Lindgren of Sweden. He's on 16. And Valery Pertsov of Russia, he's also on 15. And in 8th place, Michael Neumeyer of Germany, he's on 12. Promises to be an exciting run-in on the last 2 rides. The riders now coming up to heat 33, and we greet you at the start of this 4th round of rides in glorious sunshine. Can you imagine? They say in England they have all 4 seasons in one day. We've certainly seen it here in Holland. 33 now, and it's Gunderbrandt from Germany in red, Leif Tabbitt from Britain in blue, Gerrit Ruck from Holland in white, and Bruce Cribb on course for his first Ice World final in yellow. And it's a very important race for Bruce because he's on 17 points. He's being pressed by Tommy Lindgren of Sweden and Michael Neumeyer of Germany. And he's made a superb start. Hits that gear lever. They go soaring into the lead there. And this could sew it up for Cribb, providing nothing sensational happens for him. Keep your eye on the yellow helmet. He's in first place. Following him in white is Gerrit Ruck of Holland. And Ruck needs these points to establish his place in the world final too, because it surely put him ahead and in an unassailable position from his colleague from Holland, Johan Last. Lee Pavitt is pressing him, and Lee, I'm sure, has picked up a lot of know-how in this, his first really big international competition. And he's in third place. Gunderbrandt has dropped out and seemed to have an engine problem. And Bruce Cribb has time to look back, practically 2/3 the length of the straight ahead. He's going round as if he's on rail, taking it nice and easy. No chances here because this could clinch his place at Eindhoven, for which he's worked so hard. His first year, obviously, in the Swedish Ice Racing League has paid off handsomely. There's no exhilaration there. He must be quietly confident now. He's safely to Eindhoven. Second, Gerrit Ruck of Holland in the white helmet. And third, Lee Pavitt, well earned 1 point to boost his total there, bringing up the rear. P34, P38, and a significant wind-up here for Bruce Cribb on the inside in the red helmet. Jan Staechmann also in the blue helmet. He's on 19 of Sweden. Valery Pertsov. It looks as though it may have to be the Russian to drop out. He's in white. And in the yellow helmet, coming out of turn 2 in second place, it's Michael Duplov. Bruce Cribb, well on course for yet another victory. He's had a tremendous meeting. And the Russians, they're right on his tail, but they do not appear as though they're very anxious to take the lead away from him. And the snow is coming down again. Cribb in the red helmet leads. From Duplov in the yellow helmet. No, it's Pertsov who's taken the lead from Cribb, who comes back at him splendidly on the outside there. A good ding-dong battle going on. Cribb won't want to overcook it at all because he badly wants to get in this world final. Pertsoff takes the lead again. Cribb, more speed on the outside, goes ahead once more. As he enters the last turn, it looks as though he's going to have it wrapped up, because it's doubtful whether Pertsoff is going to come back at him on the run-in, although he'll try, certainly. Here he comes, and Cribb does it! A wave of victory for the card. Pertsoff in the wide helmet is second, Dupuff is third. Cribb highly delighted with himself, and well he should be. A splendid performance over 2 sustained days. A great performance by the New Zealander. He's going to take a lap of honour. He deserves it too. Here he comes. He wants everybody to know how pleased he is. And of course the Russian Pertsoff goes past him. What a splendid performance there for Cribb. He's surely through now.
Met blauw Lee Pettit, met wit Branislav Plank en met geel Tommy Lundgren.
Heat 39 now. Well, after all that, the final qualifiers now for the Eindhoven World Final are from Assen here. Yuri Ivanov tops the list with 29 points. Second is Ras Mustafin, his fellow Russian on 26. Third in the frame, Bruce Cribb of Britain, he's on 23. Fourth is Tommy Lundgren of Sweden on 21, and Jan Staechmann, his fellow Swede, on 19. The best Dutch rider, Gerrit Ruch, he qualifies for Eindhoven on 8 points. And under the two-rider rule, 2 Russians, Michael Dupuff, who scored 22 points over the weekend, and Valery Pertsoff, who scored 19, must drop out. And the rest of the world final lineup for Eindhoven is from Russia: Vitaly Ruski, Sergei Kazakov, Sergei Ivanov, that's Yuri's brother, and Vasily Afanjnev. And from Sweden, the other qualifiers are Per-Ola Serenius, Sven-Erik Björklund, Erik Stenlund, the former world champion, and Hasse Johansson. And finally, the last 2 from Czechoslovakia, Antonin Klatovsky and Jamo Hinasoja from Finland. Well, Bruce, you must be feeling absolutely great. I know you were worried a little bit on the first day, but you're obviously over the moon at the moment, aren't you? Really exhilarated.
Yeah, well, the first day I've never had so much pressure on me in ice racing before, you know, so I suppose it's understandable, but today I'm just really excited. I have been. I think I took 2.5 hours sleep last night. That's all I could take. And
was that worrying about whether you're going to qualify?
Well, I think it was the excitement more than anything, and I was really excited, and I tried to sleep. All I did was just rest. I laid on the bed and I rest, but my brain was spinning over all the time, you know.
But you've been making some fantastic starts. You were doing very, very well, and suddenly you lost the cutout, didn't you? The bike stopped, and tremendous effort to get back that 1 point. Tell us about that.
Well, that could have been the breaking point for me at the end of the day, I thought. But then I had to be careful, because I thought if I got ragged and I lost the bike, well, then I'll have nothing to ride. So I just thought, the last lap, and I started to get him in my sights, and I thought, right now, I must do it without falling. And I could see I was catching him, and he was slowing anyhow, because he couldn't keep control.
So there's a fan there. Obviously very pleased for you, but it's the best an Englishman has ever done, or a representative of Great Britain anyway, to be up on the roster and with the Russians. You didn't actually think you were in their class, I detected, did you? But you must be convinced you are now.
I just think my bikes are faster than theirs. Theirs may handle a little better than mine, but I have spent many hours making it very fast.
How helpful do you think is the experience you've gained riding in the Swedish Ice Racing League?
I know it was very expensive for me personally, but I have the reward now, and maybe if I can get sponsors for the final, I can get some of my money back to put the balance right a little.
Well, we hope some of the sponsors are watching Screen Sort so they can come and see how well you're doing. But many congratulations. Thanks very much indeed for some terrific racing. And of course, there will be much more of the same in 2 weeks' time when we go and see how Bruce Cribb does in the grand final of the individual championship in Eindhoven. And don't forget to watch out next week for the World Team Cup final in Grenoble in France. Wilson of Sweden in red, he's on 10 points. Yildiz Svoboda of Czechoslovakia in blue, he's on 4. Lee Pavitt of Great Britain, he's on 5 points in a white helmet. And on the outside, Mikhail Duplov, 25-year-old Russian, he's on 14, and away they go. Samuelsson into the first turner, taking it very gingerly. And it's Duplov on the outside, down that back straight. With Yildiz Svoboda challenging him. Lee Pavitt straightened up very precariously there. He's in last place. Must find these conditions very trying indeed, as we do, and our camera and the crowd are being obliterated now. It's Samuelsson holding his lead as the snow comes down, being challenged by Duplov. Nothing seems to put these Russians off, although he's in a terrible state there. He came right off the bike. Did you see that? And he remounted in full tilt, never losing his place. The crowd really appreciated that superb skill of the Russian. They're buzzing like anything over that superb display. However, it leaves Connie Samuelsson on the running for the 3 points. Duplov, after a cowboy performance, to take second. And in third place, Yildiz Svoboda of Czechoslovakia. What excitement they're having here this afternoon on this second day. Even though the conditions are awful, the riding is superb. Heat 29.